bigger bumps and valleys and everything, so we'll see how it goes.
I had some positive feedback from my last video where I voiced over when I was climbing with the Ski-Doo, so I thought I'd do it again here with the Polaris. This was one of my longer technical climbs, and you can't tell right here, but it is super steep, and the snow is really unpredictable. Obviously, when it warmed up, the snow fell out of the trees and down, and so it's very hard around the trees, but then you'll hit these kind of pockets of almost bottomless slush, and coming up right here, so I started to lose traction over that bump, have to start cutting across the hill, and right here is where hopovers come in really handy. This is a pretty whopping nice little executed hopover, keeps me going but opens the mountain back up, getting up and over these kind of mounds from previous climbs, continuing my momentum. And then as I'm climbing up, I'm kind of looking because I know I need to start working right, so I'm trying to find a route where I can turn uphill without losing momentum and getting stuck and keep going. So I kind of make this gradual right turn, and you know, now I'm side hilling on the left ski here. I'm looking as far ahead as I can, kind of choosing my lines, and you'll notice this is something I talk to with a lot of my buddies who are a little newer, is just the throttle control. And it's hard to tell, but you should be able to notice, you know, when I'm climbing, even though it's kind of flat right here, when I get back into the steeper parts, it's not a full-on, full-off. You know, there's times where you definitely have to hit it to get back onto the snow, but you don't let all the way off. So you're trying to, like, the more consistently that track is spinning, the easier and more predictable it is when you're trying to maneuver the sled left and right. So even though there's a million things going on, I'm looking as far ahead as I can. I'm considering where the snow will be hard, where it will be soft, where it's steeper, where it mellows out, where I'm going to really give it throttle and get up over something, and you know, all that's going on. I'm really just trying to keep that track spinning, not wide open and as fast as I can go all the time, but fast enough that I'm not slowing down and getting buried, but I'm keeping a, I guess, comfortable. Right here I'm kind of ripping, getting a little too fast, which makes it harder to control. My arms are getting tired, but anyways, I'm just trying to keep a steady throttle and track speed that gives me consistent and predictable control of the sled when I am trying to kind of crank it left and right. And then we're kind of getting towards the end here. This is where it starts to get thick, even though I know in the future I could pull this from the bottom to the top, so be on the lookout for that video. But yeah, just line choice, track speed, and throttle control makes all the difference in the world when you're, you know, really trying to make these technical lines and not get, basically have the sled ride you and you ride the sled. You got to really understand that track, and when it's eaten, and when it's on top of the snow, and when it's getting stuck. So here we come. Foot kind of slips off right here, and I decide to call it before I go from a hero to a zero, so at least I just made the climb and I'm not stuck. Call it a win.
That was a good run.